if you're going to be taking influence from comic book films in the genre, you might as well look at some of the best films out there. Which brings us to some recent statements from the director, stating that one of the major influences on the upcoming Black Widow was in fact Logan. So I think most people will agree with me that when it comes to Logan, it's pretty much in the top tier echelon of X-Men related films. I mean, most people would put it up top. Other people will argue it's not really an X-Men movie since it's mainly about Logan, in which case I will say fine, it's one of the best Fox-produced comic book movies, and I think in that regards we are right. So recently, the director of Black Widow talked to Total Film magazine, and they said that when they looked at various films out there in which they wanted to pull from, the X-Men films in particular were something that they looked at, and the one they automatically went to was Logan. Logan, Aliens, and The Fugitive were films that were highly used to structure Black Widow. Now, before people start freaking out saying they're copycats or directly lifting entire things, everybody does this. Every single film out there, from soundtracks to scenes, if you're missing things, you will use something that's close to another movie, whether it's sound or clips, and say kind of like this. So this is normal. This is done everywhere. And they said that if you look at some of these influences, the Logan influence will become a little bit more apparent once you watch the final film. Now, my guess is, I don't know about this, but my guess is the family relationship, the dynamic, the dinner scene, the Black Widow project and how that kind of could mirror where X-23 is from and all those experiments. My guess is things like that, which again are very much core to the Marvel Comics lore and draw some parallels between the two, especially with super soldiers since Logan went through the Weapon X project. So again, you can see some of the parallels. You could easily connect the dots between multiple things. And I mean, who knows what might happen in the future that could retroactively retcon something into continuity that we don't know about, or maybe it's even in Black Widow and we have no idea. So, it's a wait and see approach, and waiting and seeing is exactly what we're doing. I mean, plenty of rumors out there that Red Hulk possibly cameoing, relating that to Wolverine, could be something that exists in the MCU in the next year. So, in due time, we're gonna know more. But I think when you really think about it, yeah, pulling influence from Logan is probably smart, whatever you're pulling from, especially if it's a more standalone singular story, because that's really what Logan did the best out of any X-Men movie. It almost ignored anything and everything from the others and just told a good story in a film. And for that, I think it really worked the best.